All right, fine, I lied. All right, fine, I lied. I mean, I didn't mean to lie. I didn't think.
What did you lie about?
Well, I said.
What are you talking about?
What I said was, last episode with Quincy Wilson was the end of the summer series. But just before the door is to close, just before the door is ready to close, looky who we have here.
He was just walking down the street.
He was just coming down the street and said, hey, Garrett, you got a couple minutes? I know practice doesn't start really till about tomorrow, so could you get us in here? And
yeah, we worked it out.
He was just walking. No, I fib it. This is an historic episode of Three Guys Before the Game for a bunch of different reasons. This is 475. I'll tell you why it's historic coming up. Episode 475 is brought to us by, hit it, the fine folks at the Burdett Camping Center. They happen to be the only forever warranty dealer in the state of West Virginia. Visit BurdettCamping.com. That means you buy anything from them. RV, hauler, travel trailer, you buy it from them and the warranty lasts forever, which is an extremely long time. BurdettCamping.com. Three Guys also brought to us by Comax Business Systems, keeping West Virginia's business data safe, secure, and efficient for 25 years. You know, Hoppy, sometimes people try to get into your networking on your computer.
Oh, yes.
You know that, right?
I'm aware of that.
You're aware of that? Well, you go to
experience with that.
Yes, you do. You go to Comax Business Systems, folks. They'll remote monitor. They'll give you the IT support that you need. Visit them at comaxwv.com. We'll talk a lot more about this later, but we had our weekend visit, and we may have hit a Go-Mart or two along the way. Today's program brought to us by Go-Mart. You go for good times. You go for Go-Mart. You got to get the rewards card. I went in there, used my rewards card, coming back home on Saturday. What a 62-pound Slim Jim, 31-pound Reese cup, and
4 pounds of Skittles.
And a 120-yard-long freeze pop. A hell of a deal. Go for good times. Go for Go-Mart. Oh, by the way, you can save a lot on gas as well. Their gas cheaper than other places, just FYI.
Well noted.
Yep.
We noted that because we checked gas prices on our way to and from our destination.
Three Guys also brought to us by Lou Wendell Marine Sales in St. Albans. You know, it seemed to me as though Garrett's been on a pontoon. You ever been on a pontoon?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why
Big pontoon guy. Big pontoon
Especially
guy.
in Florida.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be a
I'll
good
tell you
day.
what, this was a great weekend for pontoons.
We went over
Beautiful
Summersville
cheap
Lake on our way there when we were heading up the road going toward to make the turn there at the Go-Mart Nettie. And we went up by Summersville Lake. You look down there, it was just like a plethora of pontoon boats. So if you need one, the premier pontoon boat dealer in the state of West Virginia is Lou Wendell Marine Sales. They're located in St. Albans. They sell the Avalon pontoon boats and so much more. In business for over 40 years, like 40-plus years. Visit them at Lou Wendell Marine Sales. .com. What are you short? What's
By
that?
the way, I feel like we're in a band. I feel like we've been together since Friday.
Oh, we have.
I feel like we've been on tour and we're always together.
You got a few-hour break on Sunday, and it's back at it.
Like now we're
Playing
back.
another set.
Got another gig tonight. Got another gig today. We're back together.
It did feel like we'll talk all about our trip to Greenbrier County later on, Levacy, later on in the Quinwood, later on in the program.
Rupert.
But here's why this is an historic. This is why this is an historic edition of Three Guys Before the Game with Garrett Green of the Mountaineer football team. Because we have recently celebrated the second-year anniversary of NIL. It was in July 1, 2 years ago, so now we're 25 months in. And Garrett becomes the first ever NIL sponsored guest of Three Guys Before the Game.
Wow,
Nice.
I didn't know
Isn't that right?
Yeah, I'm honored.
So no, we're honored. And of course, as everyone knows, we play by the rules, right? We play by the rules. And so Garrett's appearance on Three Guys Before the Game is presented by our guy, fine-looking Phil, at Daniel's Men's Store of Morgantown.
Selling quality men's clothing for over 50 years.
Phil hasn't been there all
60
50.
now. 60. In fact, the 60th anniversary sale going on right now at Daniels.
Oh, really?
If you hustle over, you better hurry. You better hurry.
How long does that last?
It might have come to an end yesterday, but you better hurry over. It might get a couple days of extension.
No,
hurry up.
Timeout. Gary, you ever call timeouts? There's always got to be Neil on the sideline calling the time. You ever call one?
If I'm feeling good enough about it, I'll call it.
So we're going to call one right now. And here's a timeout. I think Phil will extend that for Three Guys listeners.
If you say, I'm here for the 60th anniversary sale that I heard on Three Guys,
Bim.
You got to do a couple buzzwords on this.
Yeah. So Garrett is here. Compliments of Daniel's Men's Store of Morgantown, the premier clother of the state of West Virginia. Not only unbelievable suits, which I've seen you styling before, look very nice, and I heard a birdie told me that when you enter into the stadium this year, when you do the man trip, that you may be threading out from Daniels.
Yeah, we may have some special stuff in the works.
Special
from Daniels. So
you ever think
we'll
have you guys talked about it? And you think maybe like one game, like top hat, walking stick, and like 5 pocket watches, something like.
No.
Well, it'd be over the top, maybe.
If my mom would allow it, I would wear cowboy boots. I would bring the boots out, the python skins, but I'm not sure the mom would allow that.
Yeah, I can understand. Anyway, so not only unbelievable fine wear, but also the single best, and I say this in all sincerity, the single best selection of the really good-looking, really soft-feeling, the good WVU gear. It's all there from Cutterbuck, Peter Millar. He's got a bunch of other people that just
Horn legend
that he designs. And so like you go to other places, you go, I saw someone wearing, I saw Hoppy, I saw Brad wearing it. They go, well, if you're not in Daniels, you're not getting that, and you can visit them as well.
Real quick, the other thing, I'm happy to assist when I'm there doing my shift as well each week. So happy to assist customers when they come in if need be.
We'll talk more. You think he's kidding? No, he is. So we'll talk more about that later. May have a picture someone sent in of you in operation at Daniels.
So working on a mannequin or folding?
Well, you were doing a little bit of both.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit of both.
Measuring an inseam.
No, I leave that to Phil. Phil does all the measuring.
Okay.
Just straight up.
So how are you, man?
Doing well.
Everything's good?
Yeah, enjoying the last few days of the summer until we get rolling on tomorrow.
So what's the summer been like? How much did you have a chance to get home?
So I was home for the 4th of July. That's kind of a staple. You got to go back to Florida.
Yes, exactly.
For the 4th. But I came back up here Friday after the 4th, and I've been up here ever since.
When you guys went to Germany as part of the Chambers School program, was that off time for the rest of you guys?
Yeah.
So that could have been a time where you were
that could
home.
have been the time that I was home, but, I mean, Europe's not bad.
Europe was a good spot to be.
Hey, listen, that's a new T-shirt. Write that one down. Europe's not bad.
Europe's not bad.
Europe's not bad.
You were at the Manning Passing Academy.
Yep.
Yeah, how was that?
It was an unbelievable experience.
Yeah, what was it like? Being
with all of the best quarterbacks in college, and then all of us collectively getting to learn from the Mannings their football royalty. That whole family is. So just to be in the same space as them, learn things, work out with them was truly an unforgettable experience.
What did one or two things you took away from those guys?
Yeah, mainly Peyton. He broke down film with us, and he kind of went through his week by week process on how he prepared for different teams. So he basically had it as a progression in the week, not just watching a ton of stuff one day and then fizzling out. He had a set progression every single day leading up to the game. So that's something that I wrote down and hope to implement this year.
Yeah, that's good. Good stuff.
Those Peyton's a pretty big boy.
Yeah, he's a lot bigger than me.
He's a big boy, man. I mean, there's a few guys that just have that size, like Jeff Hostetler, obviously. You've seen Hossa run the. I mean, look at those guys, and you go like, "Good golly, big dudes." But anyway, that's pretty interesting. So how did he teach you guys how to watch film compared to what you had been doing?
He kind of just broke it down kind of as a progression. Like, you don't start off max squatting the heaviest weight possible. You work to it, and that's kind of the way he presented it to us, that you watch all the big stuff first, and then as the week gets on, you start watching certain cut-ups, and then by Friday, the night before the game, you're just reviewing notes and getting ready to rock.
Yeah. How do you grade yourself as a film watcher compared to how you were when you first came into what you're going to do this coming year?
Yeah, I think when I first came in here, I really didn't know what I was doing. I mean, in high school, I really didn't watch a lot of tape because I was just a better athlete than everybody. But I think learning from Daggy, and then last year learning from JT on how they prepared and how they watched film. I think every single year I've gotten better with my preparation. So I'm looking forward to preparing well this year.
Yeah.
Is that the biggest change for you? Off the field preparation, or is on the field right there as well?
I think they both go hand in hand. I think as I mature and as I've matured over the last few years, obviously my body's changed, which I'm not the biggest guy, but now I'm up to like 203. And then also when my body matures, my mind's also maturing. So I'm learning more so about what defense is doing, more so than our offense, because our offense really hasn't changed in 3 years. So learning more about defense, how to prepare for them, and how to attack them.
So you feel like you know your side of things. But, okay, so everybody always says it's so fast when you first arrive.
Yeah.
Athletes are bigger, faster, stronger, and the game is moving so fast. You starting to feel that now, how much it's slowed for you looking over the defense?
Yeah, in 2020, that was my second spring practice, and I felt like I was drinking through a fire hose. But now, I'm kind of getting comfortable with all the guys and, being able to command the offense and control the guys. I feel good about it.
So here's my perception of watching you. I'd like to get your take.
Yep.
When you first got here and you're running around, and I mean you're running around. You're even when there wasn't a drill going on, you were running around.
Yeah.
And you just mentioned the word maturity. So look at yourself. If you had the sky cam on you when you first got here, what were you doing, and how has that changed? How would you change?
I think that I was just a kid. When I first got here, I mean, I was
You're young.
Yeah, I was 18, 19 years old. Here I am, almost 22. I've gotten wiser, I hope, with my age. But I say age, like I'm that old.
All due respect to the three of us is what you're saying, right? We give us all due respect. But he looks specifically at you. I mean,
I noticed that. That's fine. That's okay.
I kind of shot a glance to everybody. But no, I think that being around a ton of good guys, being around a ton of great coaches, I'd probably say Daggy's been the biggest help to me in my career. Watching the way he prepared every single week has really sculpted me into part of the person and player that I am today.
Yeah. Have you always been the alpha dog leader? Because you are, even when you first got here, and I know you were saying like I might do some things differently.
Yeah.
I always viewed you kind of like the wild horse that was in the stable and just kind of like running, just like chilling around, going like, gonna be a good horse one day, but right now he doesn't know where the hell he's going. So were you always that guy? I would assume that you were. Little League baseball, all the way growing up, kids followed you.
Yeah, I mean, I've always loved. My dad. He always sends me the poem, "The Man in the Arena." So, growing up, I always wanted the ball in my hands. I always wanted my turn at the last inning, last minute of the game. So it's kind of always been my mentality to always want the ball in your hand.
Yeah. So you always wanted to be that guy, but it's very competitive at this level, and it's been uncertain as to when you would be that guy. Okay, and this season will be huge, obviously.
Yeah.
At what did you have any point at your career thus far where you thought, it's not going to work out, I got to leave? Did you ever think that?
No, I never thought to leave the program. This state means so much to me and my family. They welcomed a kid from Florida, a little boy from Florida, with open arms, and it's really helped me become the man I am today. So I never once thought about leaving. My dad always just told me just to stick it out, and good things come to those who wait. So I waited, paid my dues, and I'm looking forward to it.
Isn't that so true, man? Which is the opposite of the normal thought process nowadays. I mean, kids run into the portal with great regularity, and I'm so excited for you because I want the story to be written with like, oh yeah, sometimes it just pays to chill out, wait, your turn will come, and then you can flourish. Not that kids shouldn't, but man, I've just seen through the years. I've seen what red shirts do when kids get a little bummed out that they're going to red shirt for a year, and then I see them when they're in their fourth and their fifth year, and you go like,
yeah,
that was really, really good. So patience is huge. Where are you at academically? And I got 9 degrees, probably a dissertation, doctor. I mean, God, when do you think, Brad?
Med school. Semester left of med school.
No, so I get my undergrad in December.
Okay.
And then I'll start my MBA next January. So I should graduate with my MBA from West Virginia in December 24.
Good work.
Awesome.
That